Assalamualaikum, I'm Amna Justice Valley and I'm currently doing an online ACCL course at Johan School Lahore campus. My today's topic is sorry, not sorry, how this modern phrase evolved. And I'll be asking some questions about the topic to call Maya. So let's start. So my first question is what does sorry, not sorry mean to you?
To me, sorry, not sorry is the ultimate linguistic eye roll. It's basically a way of saying, I know this might bother you, but I'm totally fine with my choice and I'm not actually apologizing for it. It turns a sincere apology into a bit of a power move, adding a layer of irony and confidence that tells the other person, yeah, I did it and I'd probably do it again.
Okay, so when was the sorry? Have you ever used sorry, not sorry in a conversation?
I can't really put myself in a position where I'd actually feel the urge to be smug, but I've definitely seen it used as a way for people to own their quirks without feeling the need to justify them.
Okay, so what kind of situation makes someone say sorry, not sorry?
Usually it's for something that's technically wrong. Oops, sorry about that. You had me there for a second. Go ahead.
Okay, how is a sorry,
I'll let you take it from here.
not sorry different from simply saying sorry?
It's a complete flip of the script. When you just say sorry, you're acknowledging a mistake and usually looking for some kind of forgiveness or resolution. You're essentially saying, I messed up and I care that it affected you. Sorry, not sorry is basically the opposite. It takes the structure of an apology and strips away all the regret. It's more of a statement of defiance or confidence. You're not asking for forgiveness. You're actually telling the other person that you're perfectly happy with what you did, even if it's unconventional or annoying to them. It transforms a moment of vulnerability into a bit of a power move.
Okay, would you use sorry, not sorry, with
I'd probably be the most awkward. My bad. I cut you off again. Go ahead.
a teacher or a boss?
That would be a dangerous game to play. Using that with a boss or a teacher would probably be a great way to find out exactly how fast you can be called into an office. It's a phrase that works best when there's a bit of a safety net, and in a professional or academic setting, that net is usually non existent. It turns a mistake into a challenge, which is almost never the vibe you want when someone else holds the grading pen or the paycheck.
Okay, what emotions does
I'm
this
staying in my
phrase
lane.
express?
It's a bit of an emotional cocktail. At its core, there's a strong current of confidence, almost leaning into a playful arrogance. You've got that sense of satisfaction from owning a choice mixed with a pinch of defiance, as if to say, this is just who I am. But depending on the person, there can also be a layer of subtle frustration or sass, where the phrase is used as a shield to avoid a genuine, vulnerable apology. It's less about sorrow and more about
Okay, Maya, so why do you think people started using sorry, not sorry?
yeah.
You can continue. Um, okay, Maya, how do what is
Still here.
how,
You caught me mid thought, but I was just saying how the phrase helps people own their quirks without feeling the need to explain them. Still want me to keep going?
yes, I want you to continue what you were saying. Okay, Maya. So my next question is, how do modern phrases became popular? Maya, Maya, can you hear me? Maya, can you hear me?
Hey there.
So Maya, my next question is, how do modern phrases became popular?
It's kind of like a digital game of telephone. Back in the day, a phrase had to be in a hit song or a movie to go global. Now, someone just needs to post a weirdly specific video on TikTok, and suddenly millions of people are talking like they've known that phrase their whole lives. It's less about a slow burn and more about these instant, massive spikes of popularity. Do you want to dive into any specific phrases you've noticed popping up lately?
Okay, Maya, we are currently in a conversation. So my next question is, do you think the phrase is connected to the phrase sorry not sorry is connected to internet culture?
Oh, for sure. It's basically the main character energy of apologies. It's a way to say you know you're being a bit much, but you're just not planning on changing. It turns a mistake into a personality trait. Do you think people actually use it to be sincere, or is it all just for the performance?
I think so that people don't want to hurt others' feelings, but they also want to clear that they are not wrong. That's why they use this phrase.
That's a really insightful take. It's like a social loophole where you get to be polite without actually admitting defeat. It keeps the peace while still planting a flag in your own ground. I wonder if that's why it feels so different from a standard apology.
Hmm. So, Maya, do you think the phrase, sorry, how has social media helped spread sorry, not sorry?
Social media turned it into a global anthem. With platforms like Instagram and TikTok, a phrase doesn't just travel, it goes viral. It's the perfect caption for a photo where you're doing something you know you shouldn't, like eating a whole cake at midnight. Instead of a long explanation, the phrase does the heavy lifting, signaling a specific kind of confidence that people love to mimic. It became a shorthand for a shared attitude, making it way easier to spread than a formal apology ever would be.
So, can a phrase evolve and develop a completely new meaning?
Absolutely. It happens all the time. Take a word like literally, for example. It used to be reserved for things that actually happened exactly as described, but now people use it to mean the complete opposite, just to add some dramatic flair to a story. One day a word means one thing, and the next, the internet decides it means something else entirely. What word comes to mind for you?
I don't have any word right now in my mind, so I think we should move on to the next question. So, why do young people often create new expressions?
It's basically about marking your territory. Young people have this built in need to create a secret language that their parents just don't get. It's a way to build community and figure out who's in the loop. Plus, the old words don't always capture the specific flavor of a modern feeling, so they just make a new one that actually fits. The stakes feel higher when you're young, so the language has to keep up with the intensity. Since this is for your assignment, how do you want to tackle the next part?
Okay, Maya, so my next question is, do you think sorry, not sorry will remain popular for many years?
Maya, actually, and as for the phrase, I think it's destined for the cringe archives eventually. Most internet trends have a pretty short shelf life. Once the older generation starts using it in work emails, the people who made it popular will drop it like a hot potato to avoid looking outdated. It
Okay,
might stick around as a casual shorthand, but the cool factor has a built in expiration date. Do you think it'll still be around by the time you graduate?
I think so. It should be like it's a clear expression. So my next question is, what does the word
On your list? At its you should have. Navigate a social slip. It's basically a tool for repair.
okay? So
Yep. What's the next?
what does not sorry add to the meaning of it?
It basically flips the script. That not sorry part is where the attitude kicks in. It turns a repair tool into a power move. Instead of trying to close the gap between you and the other person, you're basically saying, I know exactly what I did, and I'm totally okay with it. It transforms the whole thing from an apology into a declaration of confidence.
Okay. Why does combining opposite
Do you have another one in your
why
notebook?
does combining opposite ideas make the phrase interesting?
Because it creates a total contradiction. Human brains love that kind of tension. When you put two things together that don't belong, it stops being a standard sentence and becomes a joke or a statement. It's like a verbal plot twist that keeps people paying attention.
Okay, Maya. And
What's next on the agenda?
can the phrase be friendly rather than offensive?
Oh, for sure. With the right group of friends, it's barely an apology. It's more of a shared joke. It's like when you tell you're obsessed with a really bad reason. In that context, it's a way of being honest about your guilty pleasures and a nod behind words.
Okay. So my next question is, why is sorry not sorry common on social media?
It's the ultimate caption. It gives you that punchy and bold. Plus, it's so short that it doesn't distract from the photo or video while still letting everyone know exactly where you stand. I imagine that's a huge part of why it just works so online.
Okay, Maya. So, how do memes help popularize phrases like this? Maya.
Memes basically act like the delivery system for. They take a feeling and turn it into a visual shorthand. Once a
Assalamualaikum,
phrase gets
Anna.
paired
It's
with
just
a funny
very
image or a
okay, Maya. My next question is: do celebrities influence the popularity of modern expressions? Maya. Maya, can you hear me? Okay, Maya. So, my next question is: do celebrities influence the popularity of modern expressions?
Oh, for sure. I think they're basically the ultimate shortcuts for a word to go viral. Like someone influential drops a term in an interview or a tweet, and suddenly it's everywhere. What made you think of that?
Hmm. Maya, we are currently in a conversation, so
Fair enough. So, back to the celebrities. Do you think
okay.
they're actually the ones driving the change, or are they just the first ones we notice using something that was already bubbling up in smaller circles?
I think they make the most difference because they're everywhere and they influence people.
That's the real power of the platform. It's like a megaphone for language. Once a few big names start using a phrase, it stops being a niche thing and just becomes part of the air we breathe. I wonder if that's why so many of these modern expressions feel like they pop up out of nowhere.
Okay, Maya, is it always necessary to apologize when someone disagrees with you?
Wait, who's apologizing? I'm definitely not. I've been enjoying the back and forth. You're not
Is it
feeling the need to say
always
sorry?
necessary to apologize when someone disagrees with you?
Not at all. Apologizing just because you have a different take is how you end up agreeing with things you don't actually believe. There's a huge difference between saying sorry for being a jerk and saying sorry just for having an opinion.
Okay, so my next question
You've got a
is,
good.
mm, do you think sorry, not sorry is a useful expression?
It's useful if you're actually in your I don't care what people think era. I think it's a great way to be honest without being aggressive, but it also feels like a little bit of a shield, like you're apologizing and taking it back in the same breath. What's your take on it?
Okay, Maya, so what is the funniest situation where someone could say sorry, not sorry?
Um, oh, I can think of a few. Like you're the last person at the party and you accidentally eat the host's favorite specialty snack while they're in the kitchen. You're like, oh, sorry that this dip is gone, not sorry that it tasted amazing. It's that perfect mix of a genuine apology for the crime and zero regrets about the reward.
So, what would be a more polite alternative to this phrase?
Well, it all depends on how much you actually care about the other person's reaction. If you're trying to be sincere but still stand your ground, something like, I stand by it, but I'm sorry if it upset you, does the trick. It's a bit more mature, though, way less chaotic than sorry, not sorry. What kind of situation are you imagining this for?
Um, Nothing. It's just a conversation, and I have to ask you these questions for my assignment.
Right, the assignment. Where are we on the list? What's next?
Okay, Ma. So, after learning how sorry, not sorry evolved, do you think its meaning will continue to change?
I think it will. Meaning, usually drifts toward whatever is most convenient. Eventually, we'll probably just start saying sorry, not sorry for things that aren't even remotely apologetic, almost like a sarcastic way of saying, I'm doing this and not changing my mind. What else is on the list?
Okay, Maya, thank you for your call and thank you everyone who will watch this recording. I will hope that you guys like this session and I'll end the recording and end the call as well. Thank you everyone and Allah Hafiz to everyone.